Alright, hello gamers, welcome back to the show. I am your charming, self-proclaimed yet still humble host, Mukluk, and today we are jumping back in Timberborn. This is going to be a chill stream. I'm going to be keeping the volume kind of low here. Voice is still on the fritz, but this game is perfect for it. For those who were not here... Hey, Niavalar. For those who were not here the last time we played Timberborn, this is a colony sim game where you are trying to stay alive versus essentially very bad weather conditions. And you are making a city, and we're pretty far along in this one. I don't know if we're going to finish this run today. There's a win condition, but we are doing pretty well on this one. Additionally, once I do finish this one, I want to show you guys... I was inspired to try the other Timberborn faction off stream. I want to show you guys how that one ended, but we're not quite there yet. So, let's do a couple things here. Last time, we're going to get rid of some of these. Since last time I played this on stream, I learned about platforms. So, nope, that's not it. 5x1, 6x1, 6x1? That's it. There we go. Do that and that. Okay, so that allows us to build out, like, way outward, as you can see. So, something like that. And something like that for now. Okay. And then we can get more gravity batteries on our tower. Are you building a dam that will pierce the heavens? Well, I mean, the dam is rather small. Like, there's a dam right there. There's a larger one over here. And then we're working on deepening that. How many explosives? I only have one. Wow, I do not have a lot of explosives. Do I need to get more bad water pumps? Can speed the game up too. Let's see. Beaver injured. He's already in the hospital bed, so he's fine. Let's see. Check that too. Okay. Yeah, the pine trees should not be for cutting, because we need to get, what is it called from them? Pine resin. Need to get pine resin from them. Hey, Makaja. Hi, Soap. Hey, Muk. Great to see more Timberborn. How's the voice doing? Unfortunately, it's still fried. Last night was especially bad, but I am continuing to do... I have learned more about the human throat in the last week than I have in my whole life up until a week ago. I have been doing more and more and more research on my own, and I've got another doctor thing scheduled for Saturday, but I'm still trying more things. I've got a new theory that's pretty safe and simple to test. There is a chemical in the stomach called pepsin, and it helps break down things like meat. And apparently, if you've got acid reflux, if pepsin comes up and it gets in your vocal area, your like esophagus and larynx, stuff like that, it just stays there for a long time. And so the next theory that is safe for me to test at home without like talking to a doctor is that. Because if it's that, drinking alkaline water neutralizes it, apparently in like minutes. And honestly, it would be kind of funny if after spending $2,000 on doctor visits, if a sip of alkaline water solves my problem. Because alkaline water has a very high pH level, which counters acid. So today, after stream, water with baking soda. You can make alkaline water at home by mixing like a liter of water with a very small amount of baking soda and just mixing it up. Or you can buy it at the store. A bottle of it's like $2. But I'm going to try alkaline water after the morning stream and see if anything positive happens. If not, then I just cross it off the list. And, you know, I'm not a doctor, so I'm being very careful with what I try. But it's kind of like... it's kind of born of desperation, right? Because like there are some nights where it's so bad, like I'm losing sleep. So anything I can do in my own time, because these doctor's appointments are like pretty far apart from each other. Don't poison yourself. Alkaline water's not going to poison me. You can drink alkaline water after you go for a run. They sell it in like sporting goods stores. If anything, I'm already poisoned. I'm trying to figure out how to get it out. Okay. Let's see. So we're getting dynamite slowly. How many explosives factories do I have? Or do I only have the one? There's paper mill, gear workshop, grist mill. Do I have this stuff automated? I don't. What automation is that? That's drought station. That's relay 1. Observatory. We got 60k science. I don't need another observatory. Refinery. Yo, I am blind. Where is my explosives workshop? There it is. Okay, so I've got one of those. Alright. Do I have plenty of bad water? Yes, I do. Why can't I? Oh, the zip line is blocking it or something. Where can we put you? Could do this, but then I'd have to stretch a power pole over there. Be kind of awkward. Alright, let's place that and then pause for a second and see what we can do here. Your throat is surprisingly fickle. Acid reflux, infections, GERD, etc. Alkaline water helps me whenever it flares up along with gurgling warm salt water. Hope it works out. Thank you, Zalik. Yeah, the salt... I did try gargling salt water, and I honestly think it's not reaching the spot. Because, like, if you gargle salt water and then spit, like, the deepest it gets is, like, here-ish. Because, like, you have to swallow to get it past this point. My issue is here. I think it's not even reaching that. Not for my sake of trying. Alright, that should work. Hey, Muck, no intention of playing Crimson Desert. What's up, Nalfall? I did play it one evening for about 5 hours, and bottom line, I just did not have fun. I did not enjoy my time in Crimson Desert, so I did hear that they have fixed quite a few things, but I honestly just did not have fun playing it, so... Wait, too far from district, what? Oh, I see the problem. I need to build that, then this, because it's going to block it. Okay, that should connect the batteries. It's a little confined up there on that tower. Okay, let's look at some automation here. Getting some of these machines to shut down when they're not in use would reduce the power drain on our network. So let's start with, let's do resource counter. We're going to need an area where we can make like a whole bunch of sensors. So there's one. And let's say if explosives are greater than 90%, and say this is the explosive counter. All right. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, so it'll turn on when they're greater than 90%, and then the machines switch off. That's what we want. So let's say automate with that. Oh, no, it should be less than. Okay, so now... Okay, so now the explosives factories, if we're over 90% storage capacity on explosives, they automatically turn off and save power. That's what we want. And we can do that for basically everything. So like paper mill. All right. Shoot. There we go. All right, so this one will be paper. And then paper counter. And then automate with that. So now it will make paper until we have 90% storage, which right now we've got over 1,000 pieces of paper. So see, it pauses, and then we're saving power. Perfect. Okay. Next up would be gears. So we're going to make another one of these. And gear. Rename it gear counter. Let's see, I've got a bunch of gear workshops. All right, so we'll take this one and say automate it with that. And then copy its settings to those. So I just have 3? I think I just have 3. Okay, so all those buildings that have pause buttons, we're saving power on those right now. Okay, and this will be planks. Okay. Do I only have 3 buildings for planks? No, there's more there. So I had like 5 making planks. Okay, there we go. No clue if this applies to you, but you can refund Crimson Desert past Steam hours if you bought it before their disclosed AI usage on the Steam page. It was gifted to me by one of you guys, so there's no need for me to do that. But honestly, just the game itself, you play. It's a game where it's all about freedom and run ever and do whatever you want, run around, do whatever. But you play as Cliff, and it's like, okay, well, if I'm playing this guy, does he have a story? And it's like, well, kind of, but it sucks. So it's like you're confined in like the narrative, like as you are in an RPG, like, you know, The Witcher or something, where it's like you are playing this guy, but then the story is terrible. And then, like, the combat is like, you know, when you're, aside from the controls, they fix some of the control issues, but it's like when you're playing it and you're fighting, it's like you're either fighting thousands of trash mobs that are absolutely no threat to you and you're just running around like you've got hacks turned on, or you're fighting a boss that will kill you in like one hit. It's just like, the disparity is a lot. Combine that with like the controls. I know they fixed some of the controls, but I hated the controls. The issues with like just navigation. The menus were rough too. But again, they have made improvements, I've heard. But the game as a whole, I just wasn't enjoying. So I think it's just not for me. You know, I'm not going to be one of those people that's going to make like a bad review video and complain and say they need to change things. I think it's just not me. Hey, Mugga Chat. Hi, goddess. What kills you is you drink so much water with all the minerals and electrolytes got flushed out. The water in food is not nearly enough for that. Unless you're sweating like crazy, you'll have to drink a lot of water to die from it. Wait. Whoa. I'm loving the updates on the Untamed Ranger build using Mace with Hammer. Oh yeah, me too. It's one of my favorite builds. We were talking about water poisoning. Gotcha. Okay. So, with that new thing, and then we also got this up here. And we can add 2 more batteries here. And we could do this on each of the sides of this thing. Okay. Any more automation to be done? Punch cards. let's get another one of these. And get that. I forget, we had the scrap. Yeah, okay. So over here we've got the dirt storage. All right, so we need to automate the dirt excavator because there's 4 bots just sitting in here and the dirt storage is full. So, where's a resource counter? And we're going to say you are going to monitor how much dirt we have. And then go over to the giant mine. Automate with dirt counter. Alright, so now those workers get freed up to do other things. What's the next morning game? Age of Wonders 4. The newest update they did, the newest DLC. I plan on visiting that after we finish Timberborn. That'll be the next morning thing. More big water storage. Okay, got more batteries. We got more power than we know what to do with right now. All right. Is this the Farmer Monument? No, that's Brazier of Bonding. That's the Farmer Monument. Okay. So next is the Fountain of Joy. Requires access to water. Oh, do you put it in water? Ooh. Huh. It's kind of weird. Okay. I'd like it to be close enough to the housing. But... Okay, so does it just need to be in, like, shallow water? What is that? Is that like 5 by 5? Okay. Let's figure this out. Let's see. Alright, I'm going to lower this area's elevation slightly. I'm going to fill it with a bit of water and then start building the fountain in here. I want it to be close to where they sleep. That way it buffs the whole village. Hello? Hey, Roxy. What's up? I take it your voice is doing better? Sadly, no. It's always better when it's in the morning, like, because it's been resting all night, and you know, I've not been awake for very long, so I'm good right now. But I was actually up quite late last night because of the pain, doing more research. We were talking just a few minutes ago that I've learned more about the workings of the human throat in the last week than I had my whole life up until that point, trying to figure this out. My efforts continue. Okay, so first off, water, fluid dump. Oh shoot, I messed up. I did one tile wrong. Do a terrain block there. Okay, and I want to build this thing called a fluid dump. And basically, they will put water in here, and it'll dump water into the spot in front of it. Will you do Mutiny Monday in the evening? Depends on how I feel. I want to. I want to. Like, y'all know I love my job. But it's a we'll see situation. Okay, that definitely hits all the houses. Alright, and then that is going to be a big project. That's going to take a bit. So we are going to set this up, but I'm going to set the priority as a lower priority. So just they work on that when you know, everything else is done. Add otorhinolaryngologist to Muck's full name. I actually, you know, in my reading last night, I learned about a laryngologist. I don't know, because yeah, I've got Kaiser Permanente insurance, and so I have to use doctors that are within their network. Otherwise, my crappy insurance becomes none insurance. And I don't even know if they have laryngologists, but apparently, like, I've been visiting an ENT, which is an ear, nose, and throat doctor. And apparently, if they can't figure it out, the next step is to go to a laryngologist, which is just like someone who's specialized in throat problems. Wait, they can't reach this. Okay, apparently they can't reach over from there, so we will... I'll make like a little staircase going down in there. Okay, there. Okay, interesting. Focusing further and further, ear, nose, throat, larynx, DNA. A DNAologist. DNAologist would be pretty cool. He's like, oh yeah, I see there's a problem right here. Oh, now you've got wings. My bad. No, it's okay. Wings sound cool. Leave those. You could try doing an overhang. True, but it's no longer necessary. Do I have anything else that needs big storage? Biofuel. Where am I making biofuel? Oh, that's it right there. How are we doing on all this? Metal blocks. Ooh, metal blocks are quite low. How many things do we have making metal blocks? A smelter, so that's the building. Do I only have one smelter? I think I've only got one smelter. Alright, so we're gonna do that, and then I need to make a automation thing for metal blocks. Metal block counter. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right, so metal block counters, we've doubled our metal block output, and we've got automation for it. So if it ever fills up, it should chill out. Also, I found this option when I was playing off stream, replant dead trees when not marked for cutting. So if you accidentally get a tree destroyed that's in like the area where you're just getting resin or syrup, they will replace it automatically. Like if you lose it to an accident. There's something I missed, which is very nice. I'm trying to remember my setup here. It is coming along. We got like 90% of the materials. This thing is not going to take much longer. Does this go? It does go deeper. Okay. So next step for increasing how much water we can hold. Let's do a few things here. And stairs. I think platforms would be easier. Something like that, and they should be able to reach all the construction sites. Morning all. Hey Nugami. Okay, this time are you all rider? I was hoping a Beaver stream would be chill enough that I could do it even while I'm ill. We'll see. This damn game. think we should be more than safe to get more people. Hold on, is a different house better? This is 3, this is 1. This is 6. But it's the same size as 2 3s. This is 9. Yeah, really none of them are more efficient than the basic ones. Alright, so the goal here is this area. We're going to make it as part of our reservoir. Whoa, well-being. Oh, the fountain's done. Hey, look. So cute. Well-being 50. Nice. Their happiness is shooting up right now, chat. Drought started. Baldwin. Hey, Julio. Yeah, I missed you guys. So temporary flooding, because I closed the dam closes when the drought starts, but that also makes a lot of the water back up for a few in-game hours. But I don't know a better way to ration it. If only Cyberpunk was real and in 2020 we had cybernetics, Muk could just replace his throat and not feel pain. Yeah, my kid has joked about that quite a few times. I gotta say, the idea of just go to the doctor and come back and be fixed sounds amazing. Alright, there we go. So now this area should act as like additional storage for my water. And we have a lot more houses, so they're gonna make a, yeah, 41 baby. Oh no, that's bots, that's babies. I was like, 41 babies were just born, oh my god. We just had the Timberborn baby boom. How are the alternative recovery methods doing so far? Again, I've learned a lot. Like, for example, Hexyl Resorcinol cough drops. Those make it worse. Menthol cough drops. Those numb me, and the pain is completely gone, and I can talk normally for like an hour, and then it's much worse afterward. Because it's making it to where I can't feel, it numbs it. I can't feel the damage, and then I talk normally and I make it worse. Luden's cough drops, I'm not even sure if those are helping at all. Humidifier, it's going behind me right now. I don't know if it's still helping, but I'm still trying that. Gargling salt water. It doesn't reach the spot in my throat, so that doesn't help. Warm drinks like teas. Didn't feel like it helped at all. And many, many more. I've got like a whole page over the last 3 months of stuff that we have tried. So we're very sciencey over here. Lots of things that we've tried and tested, but not worked. But I am making efforts. I want to get back to normal so I can work. It is nice to live in a day and age where there's so much human knowledge available at your fingertips on the internet. So I can learn a lot about this stuff, but at the same time, you know, kind of wish a doctor would just fix it magically. Bleh.
Mukluk hype for the beavers. Mukluk content.
Thank you, Maverick. I need a path here. What was the F? There we go. Okay. All right. So how do we want to do this? I'm going to want that at the bottom. So we want this area to be, you know, surplus storage, but then if this area dries out, the water comes back. And I'm trying to orchestrate how that would happen. Would streaming a fully voiced game like ESO help? I mean, not talking helps more than talking. That is definitely true. But, like, as far as the, you know, fully voice acted idea thing, I'm not sure how much it would help. Hey. Chip says good morning. Because we did days of complete silence. Like, all last week, I barely streamed, and the problem is still there. And it still feels just as powerful as it was before. It doesn't feel like it got a bit better. So, and also I've done 2 rounds of steroid-type medications and 2 rounds of antibiotics. So, I'm... Either there's, like, physical damage that is not going to heal from just, like, medications, or something more. Wait, they can reach that? Oh, that counts as reaching out. So, okay, I didn't think they'd be able to reach that. Yeah, definitely a bad time to stream another Rogue Trader or Baldur's Gate playthrough. Actually, no, Baldur's Gate's a bad example. That one is voice acted. Have you killed a beaver with dynamite? Dang, I was trying to find it. The answer is yes. Right here. Oops. Yeah, I did by accident in my off-stream playthrough. I was setting off dynamite and a beaver was too close and it blew it up. I didn't even know they could die that way. Actually, hang on. This is kind of a weird idea. So my thought is, if the water is above a certain level, let it go that way. But if it's below a certain level, let it come back this way. And I'm trying to do that with reversed flow valves. I am gonna find out if that works. Either I'm a genius or a madman. You probably need some time off to not talk for a good while. Yeah, again, I just basically, like all last week, I barely talked. And I'm convinced that whatever it is not going to naturally heal, or if it will take an unacceptable amount of time. Didn't realize I could cut through the woods there. Well, we're in a drought right now, I'm not even noticing. Dude, when I played the other playthrough off stream, I tried the hard mode difficulty. Bro, it is brutal. It's like, you just get started, it's like 30-day drought. it just hammers you so quickly. That's a tunnel thing. Hard mode's pretty relentless. Yeah, there's like 30-day droughts and then like a 30-day bad tide. Like these storage things, I had like 10 of these set up to try to survive. It is nasty. Oh, the batteries are actually getting used. Look at that. Oh, the wind stopped. That's part of it. I will say power felt more difficult with the Iron Teeth. They don't have these wind turbine things. They have steam turbines, so they can burn lumber and water to make power. But of course, that just makes your resources go faster. And they have giant water wheels. They have like a bigger version of these. But of course, that means you need water spinning. So like when Bad Tide was coming out of this thing, I had like a line of big water wheels up here to get some power. But the wind power is certainly easier. On that note, let's get a few more power things here. Sim's looking pretty weird today. They're a bit hairy today. Saw someone put swimming in the middle of a dry area and irrigated the whole place. Had to use a fuel pump, I think it was. Yeah, we built a happiness fountain back here. And yeah, I had to use a fill pump right here for it. Yeah, you can do that. Nothing stopping you. All the bad water dried up. Alright, so the last monument, which is the closest thing this game has to a win condition, is the Earth Recultivator. Distributes tree seeds across the earth. When launched, makes beavers in the area extra happy. However, we're going to need a lot of lumber for that. And we are short on lumber right now. What were the... Oh, that was for chestnuts. Those aren't getting chopped. And that's for maple. Those are not getting chopped either. Big monument time? Yeah, we're getting there. Like, at this point, I could start construction of the big monument and honestly just go AFK for like a week and it would finish. But of course, we don't want to wait that long. So it seems our tree growing area is not adequate. So let's do this. And we're going to get all of this wood back here. On that note, so when we last played this, I set up this system where there's water goes through here to keep this area watered. But during the drought, that was not enough. So we're going to put a fill thing here because that idea did not work out on its own. Which means that the plants stopped growing during the drought, which impacted our lumber production. Let's see, maple pastries. I've not looked into that. Who makes that? Not you. It's not the grill. Bakery? It's bakery. Okay, does bakery need power? No, it does not. Let's see. There we go. Storage for maple pastries. Bakery for maple pastries. We got chestnuts. We got pine. Wait, do I even have maples? I do. I do. It's over there. Yeah, that's right. We got that big Canadian storage tank. This is all syrup, chat. Alright, let's go back to our expanding the water storage. You know, it's funny, when I got a win with the Iron Teeth, the other faction, I got a achievement called like "So long and thanks for the coffee," and then I realized that they could make coffee, and I never made them coffee. I was like, oh, whoops. Like they're such hard workers. You can set them to work 24 hours a day for a week, and they don't even they barely complain. They're like, yeah, that's fine. Oh, I missed a few comments. Let me catch up. Artist said, these are the heavy hitters that shut down acid production almost entirely to allow the esophageal lining to actually knit back together. Omeprazole and Nexium. Yeah, I'm on pantoprazole. I don't know how that compares to the others. I know they're all PPIs, or proton pump inhibitors, but I don't know the difference between those PPIs. I did learn from my research last night that pantoprazole, as well as the 2 steroids and the 2 antibiotics that I've taken, do nothing against pepsin, which is the theory I'm chasing today with the alkaline water. How funny, it would be kind of funny if that solved the problem. Then I could make a video to be like, Google AI helped me fix a problem with my body that 2 doctors and $2,000 could not. Alright, let's check this. Wheat flour, maple syrup. Okay. Do I have wheat flour in abundance? Yes, I have 1,000 of that. Okay, so this bakery can just run full time. That's fine. We're pretty much out of planks. We need more lumber. Some more oak trees. There's a gastric medicine in my country called Gaviscon. What's that? Over-the-counter medication used to treat heartburn, acid reflux, and indigestion. Works differently than typical antacids by creating a foam barrier or raft on top of stomach contents, which prevents acid from rising into the food pipe. Yeah, I read a little bit about the raft type medications, but I have not taken any of those, no. Chip was getting into something he shouldn't have been. As soon as I moved my chair to look at what he was doing behind the desk, he ran. Let's see, cut trees. expand our lumber area. We got some over here too. Look at that. Power is kind of breaking even right now. Wind is offline again. Let's make another wind turbine.
We love Chip in this house.
Yes, we do. Thank you, Dussel. Oh, this thing needs to be automated too. Okay. Scrap counter. Oh, didn't mean to do the space on the end. Oh, that's fine. Alright, so this is a mine. And we'll say automate with scrap counter. So the mine will be enabled whenever there is less than 90% scrap in our storage. Might as well use this space up. More oak trees. Oh, that was another difference about that other faction. The other one, they can plant mangroves, which are like trees in water. But if the water dries up, they die, and if the water gets too deep, they drown. So it has to be just right. They also, instead of these zip lines, they make tubes, kind of like from Futurama, that they shoot through. And the tubes are 300% movement speed, and these are 150. But these, you just have to make 2 posts and they connect. Whereas the pipes, you have to make every single inch of pipeline. And so it's way more expensive to get it set up. But if you do, it's faster. But it's much more tedious. So I'm just basically keeping an eye on logs and planks to see if their numbers start going up, which has not really happened yet. But my goal is to get that storage looking nice again, because we do constantly burn through them just in our day-to-day tasks. So we need to be earning more than a certain amount per minute to be able to simply keep going. While we're waiting on that, is there any more happiness things? More campfires. Oh, I've got one right there. I could throw a bunch on the roofs. It would make it to where... Wait, what? Oh, can only be built on the ground. Oh, my bad. Alright, let's do this for now. We can always tear them down later. They're really cheap. Batteries are going up. Let's see. Detailer. We already have it. Oh, I guess we don't have enough. I could make a second one. You know what? Screw it. Let's just make a few of them. There we go. Alright, gone from 1 detailer to 3. Now more of them can get tatted. Okay. The Agora. I think that was a really expensive building. I mean, it's beginning of the game expensive. It's not current expensive. It's not that bad. Oof. I think I'd like to build it over here. Does it require power? No, it does not require power. Oh, I can't because the zip line. It's not going to be able to build there. It has to go somewhere else. Let's see. Yeah. Hey, Sue. Mike, when are you going to play Slay the Spire 2? I did. I beat some runs. There is a playlist on Mukluk Plays if you wish to watch me play it. I slayed the Spire.
Mukluk dancin', Mukluk dancin'.
Hey, X4, thank you so much. Appreciate that. I'll go watch the VODs now, thanks. You're very welcome. Guest voice is better now? Not really. We've been talking about that a lot. It's better right this second because it's better in the mornings than it is in the evenings. But my my efforts to get well continue. Still sitting on a few YouTube scripts I haven't recorded yet because I want to be able to talk boisterously for them. Oh gosh. Yikes. Oh wait, no, I don't want to... I almost did that wrong. As long as it doesn't get worse. It's kind of maintained the same level of bad. I was sharing my research findings with chat earlier about that. We were having some nice conversation about it. I was saying it's nice living in an age with so much information available on the internet. As long as you take it with a grain of salt, you can learn a lot. And I've learned more about how the human throat works in the last week than I had known my whole life up until then. He's becoming a specialist. I'm not a doctor, but I play one on Twitch.tv. If you go down, I'm sure Chip will lick your wounds and heal you right up. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm sure he'd be so kind. Oh no. There's not supposed to be water back here. I've made a mistake. Okay, that should fix it. No, my storages.
Crimson Spud! Moonlight Potato!
Oh my god. Hi, Seth. Oh wait, they can't reach. our water storage has increased. What is going on right now? Oh. I see the problem. There we go. I was like, why is water not coming in there? I found the issue. It's fixed. Monk, hope you got better. Could you use AI to generate the boisterous scripts? Probably. I don't want to. Honestly, voice acting is a very fun part of my job. So if I can just delay the video a while, then I'd rather do that. But, you know, if it goes on too long, then we'll see. Okay, there should be no more water coming in there. That's blocked. But this has to dry up. Oh, Timberborn, I was wondering if it was worth it to try it since it looks like it's got the same ifs that Factorio does. Similar. You know, Factorio, you've got like your conveyor belts and your stuff like that. Like in that, you're one dude. In this, it is a colony sim, so you are controlling like a bunch of people, beavers, but you know. But there are similarities with like production and stuff like that. So like I am someone who enjoys Factorio and I enjoy this also, so you might like both. Building lacks goods. Spatterdog? Oh. Well, how about that? Ah, the water went away. Okay, that's the win condition. Set that as a low priority because that's going to take forever to build. So this thing blasts seeds into the atmosphere that rain all over the earth and grow back life all over the place. Okay, a drought just started, so our automated dam down here slammed shut to stop letting water escape, which unfortunately has a side effect of flooding this area for a few hours, but then it will dry up. And some of that's not getting water during the drought. Most of it is, though. Alright, so this monstrosity needs 2,000 gears. We have 800. Treated planks, we have 995, needs 2,000. Metal blocks needs 1,500. We have 700. So we got like half the mats for this thing, but also it's going to take a lot of time to put together. They want to see another weather vane. Put one behind. Yeah, we can put some decorations here behind the houses, I'm realizing. A roof. A little 1x1 roof on the ground. Batters. See, I could still make more of these like shelf things that stick out. I could do that on all 4 sides, but it's just we're doing so good on power right now. It's just not needed. Now, books are a drain on lumber, because lumber to paper, paper to books. So I don't want to start book production right now. Could do the Agora. And that would honestly be the last thing possibly. Love this game. Stayed up till 4 AM one day playing it. I've been there. It's very much a 5 more minutes game. Okay, so the Agora is done. A large gathering place where beavers can discuss timber-related topics. Uses extract. We got tons of extract. That's fine. Nothing doing right. Okay, this guy's done. Get rid of that. What's this thing? Water seep. A source of water with limited pressure. Huh? What do you do with this thing? I don't know what that is. I've seen, for example, over here, like this is a bad water source. It pumps bad water out of it, the poisonous stuff. And I know that you can like, you can put like a rig on it and stuff like that. But I don't know what the water seep is. If you build a levee around the water seep, you can pump it out. I don't know that number. A levee? A levee is not a pump. A levee just... Oh, are you just saying that just water spawns here? So is that just like a spawn point for water? Oh my god. The sales calls. They're getting persistent. Where's the automation thing? Pop counter. Let's increase how many bots we allow the bot place to make from 40 to 50. Start the detonation at this end to try to not catch any beavers in it. Do we have anyone not working at the moment? No, everyone's fine. 56 happiness. Contemplation spot is low. Couple of those. The seep just has water come out of it slower than from the mountain. Gotcha. Okay, so you don't like build a special building on top of it. I understand. Bro, are you serious? Dude, I might have to block that number. Okay, planks is in the hundreds again. I think our earlier efforts with the trees is starting to bear fruit. I blocked off that big reservoir and am pumping water into it as it's 1 meter higher than the upstream lake. Then I watched a water mechanics video for ideas. My mind got blown a bit. Yeah. I saw someone on YouTube, they made a thing where the short version of it was like they were transporting water uphill and then letting it run downhill, and it would go through like 20 water wheels. And it took less power to move the water back to the top than it did than what they gained from all the wheels. So they made an infinite power loop. But it was a pretty massive setup. Because like you guys have seen how high this building is. Like you can have structured the entire map that high. So you can get really end game with this if you want. We have some unemployed. Let's make another building post. So that'll turn the unemployed into builders. little overwhelmed with all that information up there. You can minimize this stuff. Like, for example, this is just, you can mouse over it. Like, that's how many adult beavers, baby beavers, robot beavers. This is how many are sleeping versus how many are homeless. This is how many are working versus do not have a job. And same thing for bots, working versus do not have a job. So basically, you just kind of glance here and be like, oh, do I need more homes or I need more jobs, stuff like that. This is just a breakdown of every material I have. You don't have to have that displayed. Oh, no, not hauling posts. That's not what I want. I'm going to do a builder post for bots. We've got some bots that aren't working on anything. And let's get another wind turbine. Like I tagged you in the VIP Discord with a project. What's up? Oh, that's kind of cool. So yeah, he's made a big wall around the seep, so the seep fills it with water. Cool. Yeah, and you could have that go all the way up to the game's ceiling. I might buy it, just not sure because Factorio is the only similar game I could play for a good amount of time. The fact that it's 3D makes me hesitate. I remember trying Minecraft, getting bored. I mean, again, this is kind of like Factorio, but less factory, more people, but also fluid dynamics. You know, this game has fluid physics in it, which Factorio does not. Well, okay, Factorio has like pipes and stuff, but you know, with this, like you've got flooding and droughts and stuff like that. So it's a little different. Okay, happiness is looking real good. Campfire, rooftop terrace, contemplation spot. Can make another rooftop terrace right there. A few more contemplation spots. It's going. Now, on hard mode, I would probably have it be a higher priority to keep blowing this place out with dynamite to increase the water reservoir size. It's just not a drought's almost over, and we're fine. Our water storage is more than fine. This game is environmental hazards versus all the bugs for Factorio. I believe it has water disasters too. This game mainly has droughts, which is when water stops coming into the map and you have to survive based on what you have stockpiled, and bad water or bad tides, which is like all the water spots on the map start spitting up poison water. And you need to be able to like block it off and route it around your base, because if it goes through your base, it poisons everything. Now, like, this is bad water over here. It's always coming out of certain spots on the map. But a bad tide is all the water goes bad. Yeah, hey, Crimson. Oh, so there's the seat. At this point, just need time. I'm not sure if there's anything else I can really do right this second. Hey, Al. Hey, Blue. Materials-wise, it's over a quarter of the way done. But, construction-wise, it's gonna take longer. Let's get more bot builders. They can work 24/7. Oh, when I was playing the other faction, dude, bots are more annoying with Iron Teeth. Iron Teeth, they have to build charging stations scattered throughout the base, and they require power. And the bots occasionally will run out of power and they slow down to like 1% speed and they have to get to a charging station to recover. I haven't been too much on the stream side the last couple weeks. Did the schedule get changed? I noticed I don't see you late on the night as before. Zeroni, short version, I'm injured. My throat is messed up. Multiple doctor visits, prescriptions, and a few $1,000s, and they haven't diagnosed it correctly yet or fixed it yet. And I keep having to stop early because I'm in pain. That's basically it. I've had to reduce my hours while I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Get well soon. I'm trying. Alright, power is fine now. Why don't you take a look at Dragonkin? Doesn't ring a bell, no. You know what, let's do 20-hour workdays. I feel like they're being too lazy. This is taking too long. Crimson said, wait, never trust Crimson. Muck loved all the games I suggested, save for Crimson Desert. Wukong, Kazan, Thymesia, E33, Crimson Desert, Word RPG were the games I suggested. Word RPG was kind of fun, but the mic thing was unfortunate and annoying. Charmon the second, yeah. Is that a promotion or a demotion? Does it come with ectos? Monk, have you tried doing a stacked tree farm? I've been wanting to, but never really got around to it. Stacked tree farm? Wait. You can't make platforms above trees. What do you mean? Oh, this thing updated. when they added dirt blocks. I mean, I do have dirt blocks, but... maybe like the shelf thing? Oh, there we go. Wait, what the hell? Oh, what? You could do this. Doesn't let me put trees up there, though. Huh. Yeah, well, it won't let me put trees up there. That's weird, though. If this finishes today, might finish this, might call this playthrough complete. Because this is basically the win condition. Like, this gets you the Steam achievement when this thing finishes. Although I think there is, like, a few weird achievements, like fire 3 of these things off at the same time. YouTube chat being weird. Sans says, what's the plural of man-child? I'm gonna say goblins. We're low on spatterdock, which is this food grown in the water, but I don't know if I care enough to expand shallow water farming production. We got over half the materials in here for this thing, but our lumber stockpile is like 0. Need more. Why does Muck look like he hasn't slept in 3 days playing this game? No, it's just the medical issues got me all mucked up. I did not play this off stream, like this world, but I did have so much fun playing Timberborn that since the last time I played it on stream, I did start another game as the other faction and played it to completion. I was hooked on it. You had an intense focus. Oh, okay. I thought you meant I had like you know, bag under my eyes or something. Like, oh my gosh, the beavers. I was wondering if I could easily get to any more of these dead trees, but the smaller patches, I'd use more wood making pathways there than I would getting. If he isn't Beast Muck by now, with all the steroids he's been on, don't think he's ever going to be. I don't know a lot about steroids, but I'm pretty sure they didn't just give me the same stuff that guys juicing at the gym take for my messed up throat. Imagine me showing up to stream one day, I've got like that big Dragon Ball Z Vegeta neck. Guys, my throat's better. Yeah, at this point, like, I could make some pathways to get to more of these dead trees, but I would almost use... over here, maybe not, but in a lot of these cases, I would use more lumber just reaching the trees than I would, like, gain from it. That'll take time, but that'll help some. The tree factory. Yeah, I wonder if they fixed this, because it didn't let me put trees on the dirt blocks on the platforms. That's cool. I wonder if they fixed it. Because like, logically, they wouldn't be getting sunlight because each dirt platform above it would block the sun. So, logically, I would be like, okay, they probably shouldn't allow that. but it's up to the game devs. I have 967 dynamite. Oh, the graphic of this thing has changed. It's getting there. You know, I basically doubled, well, not quite doubled, but I drastically increased how many living beavers there were when I expanded the housing. Fortunately, not had any problems as a result of that. Could start scavenging this metal. Don't really need it, but better to get metal from that than from the mine, because the mine you have to use planks to get the metal. Hey Kbo, thank you for the prime. Appreciate the continued support. I really, really like this setup here. I'm glad this worked out. where if the water is below 2 blocks, it goes this way, but if it's above 2 blocks, it goes the other way. I'm really happy that that idea worked. It's always very satisfying in games like this when you come up with some weird engineering solution and then it works. Monk, have you ever tried out ESO? Yeah, according to Steam, I've got like 100 hours in ESO. I did spend a few weeks trying it out before I was a streamer. Actually, was I a streamer? A very small audience if I was a streamer. I didn't stick with it. It was fine. I didn't love it. I was wondering if the explosion would chain down to these, but it did not. Was it because no beavers? There was definitely a lack of beavers. We're almost done with metal blocks for this project, and then it'll stop draining those. Now, ESO, class customization felt very bland. Like, you only had like 5 buttons on your action bar, you know? Like, going from WoW, where I had like 50 buttons on my bar, to Guild Wars 2, where I had 10, that was an adjustment. ESO had even less than that. I didn't really like the style of the game. Like, the art in ESO, it kind of looks like everyone has a stick really far up their butt all the time. So, like, just the aesthetic of the game, the customization of the game, I just didn't get into it. Also, I spent... During the, like, 100 hours I played, I tried Druid for a while, and I tried Necro for a while, and there was like a Sorcerer or something for a while. I didn't really find a class I loved playing either. What was that other game I had that issue with? What was that MMO where the camera angle was like Diablo? Lost Ark? No. Was it Lost Ark? Hang on. Ah, shoot. No. Albion, Beaver. No, no, no. Hold on. Was it Lost Ark? Because I remember I played it for like a few days. Maybe it was Lost Ark. I thought it would be on my Steam account. Maybe I just played it in a beta or something. Anyway, okay, I think it was Lost Ark, I guess. So I played Lost Ark for a weekend on stream, and I couldn't find a character I enjoyed playing. The world was cool, the gameplay was cool, but I didn't like any of the characters. So I had that issue in that game. Now, I loved Last Epoch. I know I'm not talking about Last Epoch, and Last Epoch's not an MMO. So, like, I had no hate for Lost Ark itself. I just couldn't find anything I found fun. Neverwinter. I played Neverwinter for a while, pre-streamer. Pre-streamer muck. That's a fun one. I remember when they had that web page where you could do your trade skills, and sometimes I'd be at work, and when I was supposed to be working, I was using the web interface to do trade skills in Neverwinter. Boss didn't know I was doing carpentry. Batteries are all full right now. Expand the battery tower. Good morning, all. Hey, Grams. I love the Tower of Power. Yeah, it's cool watching the cranes all go up and down on it. Drought. That means we're gonna have flooding temporarily. Couldn't remember if I had done underground pipes here, but no, I have not. Yeah, I think we'll get it today, chat. I mean, it just needs time, but I think we'll get the win today, and then I can show you guys the Iron Teeth City just for fun afterward. You gonna show your other playthrough? Yeah, so like there's two factions in this game. There's the Folktales, which is who I'm playing right now, and they're like more nature friendly, you know, like wind power and stuff like that. They're better farmers. And then there's the Iron Teeth, which are just like workaholics, and like they don't even giggity. Like if you want to make more Iron Teeth, you have to construct breeding pods because they can't be bothered to giggity. And they are very industrialized. So I try to run with those, and I also was playing on hard mode, which I had to reload the game a lot, because hard mode is things like 30-day long droughts. Like, you got to have enough water stored on the map to survive 30 days without new water. And then you'll have like 2 days without a problem, and then a 30-day bad tide. It's insane. But yeah, I'd like to show... I played it on this same map, so it's similar, but the way the base is completely different because they have different buildings. So I just thought it would be fun after we see the win here. Also, their win condition is different. They make this thing that's kind of like an airport, and they literally put beavers on airplanes and launch them all over the earth to repopulate. I don't know how that works, just because they don't even giggity goo, but that's their win condition. Whereas this one is like a seed launcher. Okay, so now what I want to do, I'm gonna save just in case I do this wrong, because if I do this wrong, I leak all the water out and that'd be bad. Alright, so that should hit this. And then now our water storage is larger. And then they just need to reconnect that. Okay, there we go. That's reconnected. Uh-oh, we're getting a bit of overflow. Just a tiny bit. I guess it's okay. I'm off raid in 15 minutes. Good luck, Monkey. Well soon. Thanks, Asame. Have fun. I will say, chat, I want to do a positive review video for Timberborn. I think this game just honestly is a great game. Like, they had a very successful early access. They listened to people. They added some more fun stuff to it. And honestly, I think the whole thing is just like something worth shining a spotlight on. Like, I can't guarantee that every player that likes things like Factorio would love this game, but I think a lot of them would. It's got a lot of overlap with Factorio and Oxygen Not Included and Stranded Alien Dawn, maybe a little RimWorld. So it's like, if you like any of those, you might like this. They didn't listen to me. I told them their icon for Dynamite looked like a hygiene product. You told them the explosive icon looked like a tampon. Wow. Can't unsee it. Evil Genius. Yeah, I played, I think I played Evil Genius too. There you go. Yeah, 53 hours. Yeah, it was a fun game. There were certain things in it that were, if I'm remembering correctly, I think it didn't have a good copy-paste function. It's like if you spent a lot of time building some stuff and it got destroyed, you had to rebuild every little teeny little thing. It was like kind of irritating. You know, there wasn't like a bulk tool, but overall the game was fun. I played 53 hours of it. Okay, metal blocks are no longer getting drained for this project. Oh man, look, all those trees got chopped. So lumber and planks are surplus right now, but they need to be turned into gears and treated planks, which is happening. It's just taking time. Can make another gears place there. And I copied one of the existing buildings, so it already has automation set up. There's another one. Oh, that won't work. That's not connected to power. That will work. So I have an underground water pathway here. I want to extend it up here. This is going to take... I actually don't know if that's going to work, because that'll be like lifted up. It's not. So I can have it deeper underground. The question is... This view could be better. The question is, will it hit the trees with water if I do this? Like, it will, but will it enough? So that'll have some water, 2 tiles underground going through here. I don't even know if they're going to be able to reach that. Too far from a district. Yeah, they can't. I could tear out some ground to make like a passageway that goes underground so they could work on it. Don't know if it's worth doing it though. Treated pine planks. That's this building. Do I have more than one of this building? I don't think I do. So make another one of those. Still fine on pine resin. Treated pine planks uses up a lot of pine resin, and we honestly don't have a ton of pine resin income, but we don't use it for much else. So when we're not making the pine planks, its stockpiles are really high. Dude, I love this storage. Look at that. Oh, so much stuff. So much stuff. Blue says, do y'all ever wonder if snowmen are silently screaming in horror every time it snows? Wouldn't it be scarier for them when it stops snowing? A gingerbread man sits in his gingerbread house. Is the house made of flesh, or is he made of house? He screams, for he does not know. Batteries are starting to go down. Like that, it would be like if it started raining meat for us. I don't think it's the same. Isn't the human body like 80% water or something? And it rains water, and we're not like, people. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, getting a little bit of overflow here. Oh, this thing finished. Alright, so with that done, we can do that. So now, look, our water storage is even larger now. It goes all the way out to there. According to Muck, we're jellyfish. News to me. More gear production. We need more. Gonna make this whole area part of our reservoir. This weird rock thing. Oh, that's the wrong thing. No. That's not what I wanted. A little bit of water overflow over here. I could probably stop that. Say levy. Leviosa. Ooh. Alright. That should make it to where it doesn't go over that bit there. Okay, copy those settings over to that. Sec. Gotta take this. Not even sure if this is helping or not, but... Okay, done. Oof, the flooding. The flooding. We have too much of a good thing. Yeah, we got to keep it separated here because of the bad tide water that comes in right there. So I'm going to make this part of our reservoir, and then it'll drain out going this way when it's when there's excess. That's the goal. That bit's done. Oof, the flooding. They're working on it though. I have 10 beavers that don't know what to do. I'll make some more builder huts so they can help with construction when not doing something else. Alright, there should no longer be water leaking through here into this area, but I'll have to wait for that to evaporate. Okay. So now, just to make sure that I don't catastrophically mess something up, let's save it and get rid of this. Oh, look at all that water, chat. Beautiful. And now this is where water will drain out when there's not a drought happening. Surprised this hasn't dried up yet. Yikes. Could build a pump in there to pump the water out, but by the time it's done, the issue might be resolved by then. This is closed, right? Yeah. No, at least they can still be building this while it's wet. There we go. Alright. The problem water just evaporated. Nice of them to add evaporation into the game. For when I do things like this. Expanding the battery tower. The power tower. Did this finish? Kinda. I could do like, you know, triple stack dynamite, double stack, but I don't want to math it out, so I'm just going to keep doing it layer by layer just because it's simpler. %. Now, if it is like the one from the Iron Teeth, when this is done, it's not gonna like instantly say you win. You then have to like prepare the missile. Like you're gonna have to build like an ammo thing for it and then launch it. Which, you know, Earth Cultivator, it's probably gonna be a bunch of plants or seeds or, you know, maybe wood for a rocket or something. Hey, you. Chip says hi. Y'all want to see Chip? He's over there. He's attacking the scratching post right now. Now he's attacking my arm. Le chomp. Getting his reps in. Don't think I ever did automation for treated planks. There we go. Let's do that. And then automate true to plant counter. And there. Okay. Alright, so now when we don't need treated planks, those buildings should power down and save power and people. I honestly don't know. If you've got a building powered on, but it's not doing anything, like if the building's trying to make planks, but you're 100% full on planks, I don't even know if it actually uses electricity in this game. Like in Riftbreaker, it does not. They're very intelligent. In this, I'm not sure if it does, but it does have the employees stand in the building and just wait. So this does, at the very least, free up the staff member to go do other things. If you have the automation on. That I know. Oh, look. It changed. Look at this guy. This nail will not go down. Technically, I've not expanded food production in quite some time, but it also has not been an issue. That's happiness. So they currently have less time to do the social life stuff because I increased their work hours. So happiness went down a bit. So I actually don't know, because when they're happier, they work faster. So like right now they're at 180% speed. So it's funny, like, reducing their work hours and giving them more time to relax makes them work harder later. Who would have thunk, right? Like, clearly, like, there could not be anything positive from that. So I wonder what the break point is. I wonder at what point it's like, okay, increasing work hours lowers work because of the happiness goes down. Sounds like communism to me. Okay, treated pine planks are done being drained for this project, so they're going to start stockpiling again. Bothering the cat. Actually, are we full on wheat? Oh yeah, we are. We could plant something else here. Is there anything else we're not full on? Are we out of carrots? No, we're fine on carrots. Fine on sunflowers. Low on potatoes. Fine on wheat. So I guess potatoes? Alright, I'm going to change part of this area to be potatoes. How are we doing up here? More batteries. Okay, plant crops. Potatoes. Boil them mushrooms, stick them in a stew. There's something satisfying about using every single square of space in an area. And the crops are good for filling that in, as long as they can reach the spots. Darth Maul, what's up? What game do you usually play to chill or relax to before you hit the hay? It depends. Like, even off stream, I game a lot because I'm addicted to gaming. My current off stream project is either playing rounds of Darktide or progressing. I don't know when I got this idea. I've been working on achievement hunting in Total War Warhammer 3. And last night, actually, there's a Total War channel on our Discord for those who care about it. I finally got a win with the Skaven. And at this point, I've gotten a win. Like, getting a win can be like 10 or 20 hours, right? But getting a win with the Skaven, I had to be so... Like, it was like I had to relearn the game. Because pound for pound, like, if you've got a rat fighting a dwarf, like, the dwarf wins, right? You have to be clever. Sneaky clever. You have to be like setting up ambushes and traps and like falling back and then like turning around and pouncing and stuff like that. Like you cannot just like go blow, toe to toe with it with most of the other races. And it was like I had to relearn how to play it, but it was so much fun. Honestly, like after getting wins with like 15 different factions, the Skaven was like so much fun. Also, they have so many ways to play. They've got like, you can make a whole army of like ninja rats with slings and stealth. You can make armies of just like warrior rats. You can have ones with like machine guns. Ones that throw like poison globes. You can have like mutants, like just big like rat ogres that are just like juiced out of their mind, and like wolf rats. So like, you can do like vehicles, like, and compare that to Bretonia, and they're like horse. That's it. Bretonia's just like, we have horse. So it's like I was kind of blown away by how many different ways they were to play the Skaven. Like you can have different armies that just play completely differently. But yeah, that's my evening activity. Next up, I try to get a win with the Vampire Counts.
Mukluk feels good.
Hey, OGS, thank you for the Prime. Really appreciate that. Welcome. Let's get in there, chat. Just gears. And gear production is in full swing. We've got like 5 factories. Maybe more. No. We got 6? I think we have 6 factories making gears. I got a lot of trees to harvest. Lumber's okay right now. Oh, these guys are done. Oh, geez, thank you again. Appreciate that. Chat, if you would, I need a bio break. But this game is pretty safe. I'm going to leave it running just for some chill vibes on a lower speed, just in case something bad happens. And I'm going to run to the restroom. I'll be right back. Thanks for waiting, chat. My wife just got home, so I was chatting with her for a minute. Muck, is Crimson Desert in your future playthrough? Or maybe it's not your cup of tea? What's up, Walken? I actually played Crimson Desert for 5 hours on its launch day, and unfortunately I really didn't enjoy it. I could talk for 10 minutes about the details, but the bottom line is I just wasn't having fun. This finished. Realizing, well, yeah, I could have fit one more battery over here. I did a poor job of this. The controls are going to be worked out. Yeah, it was a few things. Like, it was the controls, which I have heard they've improved. The story, or lack thereof, it's like you have to play Cliff, but you're in a game where being Cliff doesn't matter. You know? The gameplay. Like, really, the world was
Mukluk
beautiful.
dancing greater than Mukluk bobble chat Mukluk smug.
Like, the world was beautiful, but outside of that, I really didn't have much that I was enjoying. Alright, that's done. Nothing to do in range. Okay. Those lumberjacks finished. That should fix the issue up there. There we go. Yeah, they're working now. One thing about the zipline stations, which is very small amount annoying is they can each only have 2 connections. With the tubes from the iron teeth, they can have infinite connections. Like, you can just have them spider webbing all over the place. Okay, 3 new batteries are up, but they're not connected yet. You know, I was thinking last night, the artist that made Mimuk for me, Eclipse, they they also made those little things like the like we got like the mug and we got like the sign and stuff like that. I was thinking of getting him some Warhammer accessories. Because like if I get him like a tech priest hood and like a the eye thing, then that would cover like a dozen different games. Get him some like Adeptus Mechanicus flair. Like if I had thought about it before the Halo playthrough, could have gotten him like a Halo helmet, but that would have been it's a bit late for that now. Really try this out. What if we just fill this area in? I wonder if it would displace the water and flood us if we do that. Materials are finally done, so now they just have to finish putting this thing back together. Finish putting this together. Okay, and now since I shifted those, we can fit 2 more batteries in there. You're enjoying Halo? Yeah, it's alright. It's not like my new favorite thing or anything like that. I think for a lot of people, like, it was like, its time, right? In its time, it was like amazing. And now it's like a good game, but it's not like my new favorite thing. But yeah, I'm enjoying it enough to finish it. But I'm not like going around and like looking for all the side content and stuff like that, if that makes sense. It's also quite short, honestly. Like Halo, what was it? Was it Halo 3? It was like 6 hours. Like some of these are like really quick. World Eater Mimuk. Thing is, I want his mouth to still be visible so that because he reads the announcements for you guys. Because I thought about getting him just like a Chaos Marine helmet, but then the mouth would be hidden. Thank you. So I thought putting blocks in this would make it like the water get displaced, but either it is getting displaced, but there's not enough to overflow, or it's not getting displaced. I'm not sure which. Just as long as we don't give him a Slanesh outfit. %. What's this? Oh, this was the metal thing. The human ruins ran out. We got all the metal from here. That takes a long time. I need to reconnect this, but I'm waiting till this is done because earlier they built the connection and blocked construction. Rajara died of old age. No, Rajara will not see the seed launcher. There we go. Look at all those batteries. We have so much power. %95. Then we get to see what it takes to make the ammo for this thing. Peanut butter and jelly, by the way. All my health problems, and PB&J has not betrayed me. It's always there for me, chat. Chat, I gotta share this with you guys. So, my son is 14 now. Occasionally, if we're just like really tired or something, we'll ask him if he can take care of one of his own meals. Not often, but like, hey, can you make yourself a sandwich for lunch? Give us a break. Make yourself a hot dog or something. Saturday, it was like 2 p.m. and he was playing video games. And I was like, hey, pause what you're doing. And he paused it, and I say, I want you to eat lunch before you continue playing video games. At that moment, I thought he hadn't eaten yet. He goes, I did. I already had lunch. I was like, what did you have? And he goes, a 3B&J. And I said, you mean a PB&J? And he goes, no, a 3B&J. I was like, what is a 3B&J? He goes, I did bread, peanut butter, jelly, bread, peanut butter, jelly, third bread. I was like, you just did that. And he's like, yeah. I was like, okay, all right, you can play games. I don't know where he got that from, or if he just thinks he just made it up, but I didn't teach him that. So I thought that was funny. It's done! Alright, what is this? 500 paper and extract. Oh boy. Do I have enough of that? Paper? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Because I have been doing a good job with stockpiling, we already have all of this. It just has to get loaded. I feel like a Google search for some of the PB&J types might bring up mixed results. Do you really need to be Googling PB&J? Come on. We all know what a PB&J is. Alright, so these numbers right here are what we're watching. They're loading up the Earth Recultivator right now. I'm actually wondering if haulers help with this, because, like, I'm guessing these 10 employees in here are the ones handling this, but I'm wondering if haulers also do. my plate. Alright. Chat, we're almost there. The finish line approaches. Okay, chat, I'm slowing it down. Here we go. Launch. Oh, 99 balloons and counting. Oh, it's a reference to the song 99 Red Balloons Go By. You have mastered Folktale's nature-oriented ways and used this map's resources to build the faction's wonder. Having collected great wealth and knowledge, your beavers shared fruits of their labor with the suffering planet. There's still much to do, but Earth may flourish once again. 433 days, 591 beavers born. 85,000 water drunk. 891 tails painted. They got tattoos. 48,000 trees cut. 52 teeth chipped. 148 bots made. 3,231 dynamite detonated. Look at them go. So it's like paper lanterns with extract in them, which I guess makes stuff grow. And their happiness skyrocketed because they saw the thing fire off. Alright, awesome. So that is a win with Folktales on this map on normal difficulty. Pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Alright. I'm glad we got to see that. That was fun. So let me now talk for a few minutes about the difference between these guys and the Iron Teeth. So first off, you've got like the housing, right? The Iron Teeth all sleep in a barracks. You can pack like 50 of them into a small building and they don't care because they're all about efficiency. But they don't multiply automatically. You have to manually handle their population with breeding pods. In breeding pods, you have to constantly pour water and berries in to fuel them to make more bebes. But when you have upgraded breeding pods, they come out fully grown. They just skip childhood. There's actually an achievement for have an adult beaver get born and get injured at work at the same day. And I have it. So, like, just dealing with keeping their population at the right level for whatever you're at is really annoying, honestly. Because, like, these guys, you just build the houses and they fill the houses. But the Iron Teeth, you like have the barracks, and then like if you have a shortage of berries, suddenly your population plummets 3 weeks later, and it's just like, what? So it's like way more tedious. The farms, the Iron Teeth are worse at farming, so they have like 2 people in each farm instead of 3. And the Iron Teeth do not have the large water pump, so they have to make multiple smaller pumps. Their science is easier. So like we've got an observatory here where 4 beavers are making science points. The Iron Teeth have a building called the Number Cruncher, and it's just an A-high building, and it just, as long as it has power, it does science automatically and no one has to work there. So it's like, you know, grok, make a better grok, and they just leave it running all the time. There's a few other things. So let me, once again, I'm gonna save this and then show you. And this was a hard this one was hard mode, which I lost and had to reload many times. But essentially, again, this is like 30-day long droughts, 30-day long bad tides, like just major shortages. Like if you don't rush a dam right at the beginning, you die on like day 3. It's crazy. Grenade at grok. Okay, so you will see that the layout looks very similar, because of course I had just been playing on the same map, so I was like, alright, I'm going to play on the same thing. So, first of all, over here, these barracks things, this is where they sleep. Look, there's so many of them in each of these huge buildings, right? And then these things, these are the breeding pods. So these things, they just put like water and berries in, extract and berries, and fully grown beavers come out a few days later. So that's how those guys work. These tubes are like the tubes from Futurama. They can travel through them at 300% speed, so it's faster than zip lines, but they're infinitely more expensive than zip lines because you have to build every single square inch of these tubes. So it's very, very annoying. They have different crops, including mango trees, which they can put in water. I don't have any right now. They have the water pumps can go deeper. You see how long the pipe is? So their water pumps can be like up on a cliff and they go very far down, but they don't have the big water pump that has like multiple beavers working in it that's crazy efficient. They don't have that. We got I did the same battery tower thing here because it worked really well last time. And then let me guys show you this. So they don't have wind power. They have giant manual power wheels. 4 people can push this thing. They have steam power, which this burns logs and water to make steam, and this thing spins and makes power, but that burns your resources. And then they have this thing. So this is a bad water source. You can build a bad water discharge over it, which is like a cap, and you can force it to stay open 100% of the time, even during droughts. If you do that, you can then harness that with giant water wheels. The Iron Teeth have a larger version of the water wheel and a smaller version. And what I did, dude, look at this. So this is infinitely open. And then it falls here. And then it goes through here. And then it goes back through here. And then it goes back through here. So this is what I had to do to get power 100% of the time because I don't have access to wind power with these guys. It worked, but boy howdy, this was a long project. But technically, if I flatten this area, I could just keep zigzagging it and just get more and more power out of it. And then, yeah, it's the same map, so we got, like, the mine is in the same spot, but we got, like, the long tube over there instead of a zip line. They have some different crops as well. So they've got, what is this? Kohlrabi, cassavas, soybeans, canola, corn, eggplant. And then for trees, they've got the same ones the other guys have, but then they also have coffee bushes, which I never even made, and mangroves, which are in the water. And then look at these are their big buildings that inspire. They've got this thing called the Laborer Monument. This one's the Flame of Unity, and this one requires power, which screwed me up. I built it and I didn't realize it required electricity. And so then I had to run this weird power line over here to get to it. This is called the Tribute to Ingenuity, which is this big thing right here. And then finally, we've got the Earth Repopulator, which is right here. Hold on, let me load pre-launch. Let me load this one. So this was the building that wins the game for them. I'll just show you guys just for fun. It's like the one that we just did. You know, it took many hours to build, so I'll just I made a save file before I activated it just so you guys could see it. Are we grinding bodies with those grinders? No, we're not grinding any bodies. I'm not sure what you saw. Why is Smoke streaming? What's up, Arcadian? I was thinking the load time might be faster since we're on the same map, but okay. So we got this building here. Treated berries and planks. Launches pioneers to distant lands. When launched, makes beavers in the area extra happy. So I'm gonna hit launch. This is just so y'all can see it. So quick pause. Look at him. Look at him. He is ready. So somehow he is going to go repopulate a distant land. So I guess he's got some breeding tubes in his pocket or something because he's alone. So it basically just does this, and I'll speed it up now. It just yeets beavers all over the planet. This is their win condition. Just yeet beavers everywhere. And then it folds back up. Beavers exploded one. Don't look at that. Yeah, that's how the Iron Teeth get their win. Oh, a few other things about them too. They're bots. The previous bots for the Folktales, they used, what was it? It was like biofuel. They drank it kind of like a soda can, and then punch cards to be inspired. These guys use grease, which is like, okay, it's a liquid just like the biofuel, but then they also have to go to charging stations. And charging stations, if they run out of power and they're not near a charging station, they move at like 1% speed. And they have to waddle very slowly to a charging station to be able to move again. It's so awful. So you have to make these things that require electricity all over your base. And then also, they've got a thing, where is it? This thing called a control tower. If they're working in range of a control tower, they work like 50% harder. But a control tower eats your science points, which is not a huge deal because, again, the Iron Teeth have a number cruncher, which is an AI building that just generates science points as long as it has power. So as long as you got enough of them, it's okay. But this thing eats science points to buff nearby bots. But the end result is a fully buffed bot for either faction is the same strength. But these guys have the charging station thing, which is really annoying. So yeah, I like also the farms. I told you the farms have more spots for farmers. Like, see, there's 2 farmers in each of these for these guys, but the other faction has 3. So I'd say the other faction has easier bot management, easier farming, better power generation, easier way of handling your population. But these guys do have a lot of stuff that's different if you just kind of want a challenge run. I do feel like it's not severe, but I do feel like these guys are more challenging. There's a couple of small things like the large power wheel. The power wheels for the Folktales only allow 1 person to run them. These allow 4. So early game, if you have a power outage and you need people to do manual power, it's easier for these guys because they do not scoff at labor. They're fine with that. I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else to show you. Just wanted you guys to see this. A lot of work went into this, and like I said, the droughts and stuff were insane because there's like 30-day, like you see all the water storages I've got over here, and then I've already blasted this all the way down to bedrock. It doesn't go any lower. But it went quite well. But with that, chat, I think we're done with Timberborn right now. Now, of course, this is a game where you could play so many maps. We played literally 1 map, and that took us like weeks. It's a very good game. I want to go back to the map thing, because there were some maps that have curveballs if you want to challenge. Like, some maps are smaller, so you have less space to build. There were some maps that have weird things like pressure. When you block off certain areas, other areas will erupt. So there's a lot of like weird stuff on here that you like hold on. What was that? Look at this. There's hardly any room to even build here. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, this looks terrible. But yeah, there's the one that we played was like one of the easiest maps. Like, there are like this, like, hold on a sec. Like this one, the spiral, like if the water comes from there and goes down, like even if you build down here where there's more room, it would take forever for the water to get to you. This one is just, the map is so small, you have so little room to work with. So there's a lot of challenges to be had here. Like lakes is nice because if you pay attention to how the water goes, you've got everything you need. Wait, what is flexible start? Okay, so since I beat lakes, it says flexible start unlocked. What does that mean? There's not like a checkbox for it. What is that? Timberborn, flexible start. What is that? You can put your district center anywhere. Oh. Interesting. So you beat a map and then you can play it and min-max a little bit. Interesting. Well. Neat. So, review time. Timberborn. I played this in early access. and I did something I very rarely do. I made a positive video about the game while it was still in early access, and I do not regret it. This is a very fun game. I think people that like Factorio, RimWorld, Stranded Alien Dawn, Oxygen Not Included might enjoy this game. There is overlap with a lot of those. It's what makes it unique. Besides the colony management is the fluid dynamics. They did a lot of work on the fluid physics, and I think they did a good job with it. Story-wise, 1 out of 10. It's basically humans are dead now. There's beavers. That's it. There's like no other story at all. So it's not a huge thing, but it's a very little story. But the gameplay is quite good. It's one of those games where the early access was so smooth that if they had told me it was done, I would have been like, okay. But then they kept adding more and more and more, and like the zip lines and the tubes and stuff like that, and they did a really good job with it. So yeah, Timberborn, devs did a wonderful job. I do recommend it, and but for now, we are off to the next one. Voice was starting to run out there near the end. All right. Chat, with that, it's a little bit early, but I think my voice needs a break, and that is a very good stopping point. Next time, the plan is we are going to be jumping back into Age of Wonders 4 and play their newest DLC, which has nomadic rabbit people. Honestly, the nomad thing looks really cool. They've never had a faction that can just pick up their base, steal resources, and move. So I'm really looking forward to trying out the nomads. The rabbit, I'm kind of like, I don't really care about the rabbits, but the nomad thing I'm super looking forward to. So that'll be next time. Chat, thank you guys for hanging with me today. I'm going to go give my voice a rest. You guys are awesome. As usual, please hit the follow button if you're on Twitch. Please subscribe if you're on YouTube. Here's links to my 2 YouTube channels, and a very special thank you to our patrons. They keep this channel alive. Could not do this without their help, and there's a link to that in the chat if you're interested. If I'm doing okay, I will be back for the evening stream in about 5.5 hours. If not, I will message you guys on the Discord and let you know. But with that, if all else fails, tomorrow is Guild Wars Tuesday. I'll definitely be there for that. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there. And I will raid someone on the Twitch side of things just to support another content creator. Let me see. Who is there anyone I know that's live right now? Annie Fuchsia is live, and she is currently doing Outer Wilds. I've been chatting with her a bit about Guild Wars 2 recently. I'll send her some support. We'll see what she's up to. All right, you guys have a good rest of your day, and I will talk to y'all later.